Towards the mood, how you feeling after that win on the road?
Yeah, it was definitely a good feeling. Obviously, after a few losses, to get a win against a really good team, 5-1 football team in the Big Ten on the road was great, obviously, and there's a whole lot to get better at. But as my dad has always told me, and I never want to take winning for granted. So enjoyed it. It was a good win, but moving on, it's Tuesday, so moving on, prepping for Wisconsin, a good football team.
You're 7 games into your career here, and 4 games into the Big Ten schedule. Is everything gone the way you thought it would be? Is it what you anticipated?
Yeah, it's been a learning experience. Obviously, it was my first year really playing, I guess you could say, and being in a great conference here in the Big Ten. But still learning. Like I said, making some mistakes here and there. Been up and down a little bit. Don't think I played my best at all. I think that's all ahead of me. But each game I feel like the game is slowing down a little bit. But it's still a process. I'm putting one foot in front of the other.
It's one of the biggest things you've learned for the first half a season or so.
Yeah, I guess just I think the experiences of the whole overall game and the game speed and just this conference and so many different things has been a learning experience. I feel like every single rep is something new and something that I have to get used to a little bit. But 7 games in, like I said, I can feel the game slowing down a little bit for me. But don't feel like I'm quite there yet. Hadn't played my best, I feel like, but learning so many different things. I feel like I don't know.
We just jumped behind center for the last drive. Just what was going through your head right away?
Yeah, I guess similar to the Toledo game, you got to go down there and got to go get a score, or at least put Caleb in a position to make a field goal like we did. So, try to put the ball in the playmaker's hands, however and whatever was called in that situation, and try to just do my job and execute. We were put in great situations and got a lot of really good players around me. Like, Casey made a big catch like he did in the Toledo game. Nobody's surprised. Just a great player, great catch radius, and went up and over a guy to really put us in a good position there to make a few more first downs for Caleb.
If you had enough time to make it work kind of how you wanted it to.
What'd you say?
You had enough time to get down to where you needed it. Right?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had, I guess it was like a minute and a half or around there, but, we practice it here on the field all the time. Different scenarios, different situations, 2 minute, 50 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. So, our coaches were fully prepared, and, I think we were too.
What did that mean for you as an offense just to have that kind of performance?
Yeah, it was really cool. I like to say, and my dad's always told me never take winning for granted, and especially on the road against a conference opponent. It was a really respectable opponent, 5-1. That was a great win, but we believe there's so much more out there for us. We believe we still haven't played our best. We played good enough to win, but I think the confidence moving forward to really playing our best ahead is there. And but yeah, it was a great feeling to have that win, have that experience, and I think the confidence is just building and building.
This will be your 8th start. How is the game changing? How does it feel different, look different when you're out there? Like, how much has changed for you in the matter of 8 starts?
Yeah, it's been an incredible learning experience. With my first year, I guess, really playing in a great conference here in the Big Ten. But I've been up and down. I'm trying to put one foot in front of the other. But through Big Ten play, especially, I feel like the more reps I take, the more I play, and the more confident I get. Just with the feel of the game in this conference is. Really developing game to game. I don't feel like I'm there yet. I feel like I haven't played near my best. I really don't. And, I know that's ahead of me, and, I'm looking forward to being at my best for this team.
What are the things when you and Coach Oni watch film that are like, hey, these are the next steps for us? Like, what do you see?
Yeah, I just think my overall feel for the game, bodies around me, speed of defenders, defensive line, seeing defense, seeing coverage, seeing fronts and type of things, and kind of just my overall feel for the game, feeling bodies around me, moving when I don't need to move at times, and trusting the scheme, trusting the concepts of things, trusting my players a little bit more, and I think the big thing is just with the experience, just the game slowing down a little bit will just happen over time, and like I said, I feel like happening game to game, but I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I know it's coming.
Leaning pretty hard on the veteran receivers. Did those guys give you more confidence just knowing you have all that experience at the wide receiver
Yeah,
corner?
no doubt. Those three, especially Pat, Casey, and Isaiah, are, like you said, veterans. They've been there and done that, and I think it started, as soon as I got here in January. Working so hard on the weekends and throughout the week and throughout spring and summer and fall camp, we've developed such a chemistry, and their game experience and their confidence really gives me confidence too. I just try to distribute the ball to them as best I can, and like I said earlier, Casey, he'll go make a play for me, and Isaiah will too, and so will Pat.
What was your perspective of that goal line to switch it up after the timeout? Just take me through what that was like for you.
Yeah, so I thought we were going to kick a field goal coming off of that third down. We didn't complete it. And like I said, there's another thing I got to get better at, kind of just feeling, the speed of things. But like I said, I thought we were kicking a field goal. I really thought we could get in for a fourth down, and really wanted to. Obviously, I wanted 7, and I think a lot of our offensive coaches did too. That's why we, came back out there, and three did a lot of work for us. Physical and put his head down, and guys like Julian and our offensive line did a great job putting a dent in, there for Caden to get in.
You mentioned not feeling like you're there yet completely, but how do you balance that with also understanding that you have done good things? Like, is there a natural balance you want to strike there with appreciating what you've done to seeing kind of your next steps?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Like I said, I don't want to take winning for granted. That was a great feeling, and I thought I played, pretty decent, and I'm playing in a really good conference with a lot of good players, and really my first year of just playing football again for the first time really since high school through a consistent amount of time, and so I guess there's a grace a little bit you have for yourself, but I live in a world of perfectionism at times, and that's a flaw that I have, but it pushes me to really want to be great, and so many things. I have high expectations of myself, and learning how to balance that is definitely a challenge for me, especially.
What's the challenge at Wisconsin that you see?
Yeah, just a great program. A lot of tradition, a lot of history. They'll be fast, physical, and a Big Ten opponent. So we'll have to be at our best to go win a Big Ten game. But they'll bring their best, and like I said, we got to be at our best to win games moving forward.
When you came out at halftime, you guys scored right away. Just what was the feeling after that? So you felt like you got things rolling again?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Kind of double dipping there.
Right.
Winning that middle 4 minutes was key, and in our victory there, and it just breeds a lot of confidence too. Scoring at the end of the half and coming right out of the gate and scoring too. I mean, that only just gave us confidence. I mean, naturally. So obviously we stalled out a little bit late in the third and early in the fourth, which is a combination of a lot of things. Combination of me, not making plays for our team, but yeah, it gives us confidence, most definitely.
Where were you on the field goal? Kevin made the field goal. Where were you standing? What were you thinking and doing?
Yeah, I came off the sideline. A lot of players around me got us in good position, like Aiden Lawfrey and Casey, and
Right.
And so grateful those guys that made plays for me to get us down there. But Caleb, I mean, he did the first game of the year, and like I said, he's with Pat. Caleb's been there and done that. He's a vet. I think everybody on our sideline and had so much trust in him to go do it. Like I said, he's done it before, and but I came off the sideline, kind of sat in a chair, and
Did you watch or not?
kind of a little bit. I had my head down, but kind of just peeking back and forth. But I think that was just nerves flowing. Just wanted to go in. It wasn't because I didn't have trust in Caleb. I knew he was going to knock it down. I really did.
Is the crowd noise which went from crazy to did that kind of tell you what happened, or did you, I mean, I guess you saw it. When you hear the quiet.
I guess so. Yeah, I think you hear more than anything our sideline kind of losing their minds
sure.
and seeing everybody just scatter around a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool to take the air out of a stadium going on the road. So, and it was cool to see our fans react the way they did too, and the way they showed up for us it really meant a lot. It really did. I guess it's cliche to say, but the way they showed up for us really gives us confidence.
See if I can phrase this in a way that makes sense. Like for you, what's the process of your internal quarterback clock and kind of learning how that goes when you get rid of it, when to run? Like how do you kind of learn that throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, I think that's the one of the points of emphasis that I'm really working on and focusing on to get better. I think that just comes with learning the speed of the game and kind of feeling the game most importantly, and that just comes with experience and reps. And you know, that's what I respect so much out of great quarterbacks. It's just their feel of the pocket, feel of bodies around them, knowing when to escape, knowing when to stay in there, and things like that. And like I said, I know with the experience of time that I'll really be able to settle and have that assurance of the game slowing down for me to just ultimately just feel the game a little bit. That's such a key that's hard to coach, I guess, but with experience and reps and learning to play in this conference and learning to play at such a high level, I know I'll be so much better just game to game, rep to rep.
Was there a moment in spring or even camp where you were like, okay, 3 can help us now? I mean, this is not, we're going to have to wait on him.
I think everybody knew, like, as soon as he showed up on campus, like, I mean, he's the biggest guy in our locker room almost, so, you know, he has so many things that you just can't coach, you know, physicality, speed, and vision, and obviously was great in high school, was a quarterback, I guess, and has a great leadership, too, and, you know, I guess, you know, it just took, you know, learning the game a little bit for him to really solidify himself in there to really impact the game for us, but like I said before, nobody was really surprised with his performance. Just a physical specimen, obviously, but you know, prepares well as a student of the game, and just as you guys know, he's a bright future ahead of him, and thankful to have him on our team.
Is there